Hi, my name is Tom Antos. I'm a filmmaker and I direct, shoot and produce films, TV commercials, music videos, and well, here's a little sample of some of the stuff that I've done. And in this tutorial, I just wanted to show you guys how I built my own camera door mount that lets you get moving car shots such as the ones you see here. This car mount is the type that you would mount on the door of your car, and it basically lets you put the camera outside of the car while you're driving. It's pretty sturdy. It will allow you to use like anything from digital SLRs to big size film cameras, and you'll even be able to drive with it down the highway. It's pretty sturdy. The version that I'm going to show you how to build is made out of wood, but it's identical to the types of camera door mounts that you see used on big Hollywood productions. So here's what you're going to need. A couple clamps like this, tie down straps, an old tripod head, or a new one if you want that you can take off. This one I don't need, and so it has a little screw on the bottom that we'll use to attach it. 4 of these corners to strengthen the construction, nuts and bolts, different kind, so you can attach everything together. Okay, and this will be the bottom piece that's going to go on the outside of the door, and as you can see, it's just a piece of wood, and this one is just some scrap wood that I had. It's 12 inches or 1 foot across, and it's more or less 15 inches long. And then this piece is also, it's all 1 foot wide, and I cut it 22 inches long, so that's gonna go right against the door. And then these are just the regular 2x4s that I cut at 45 degrees, so here and here, and they're about, from each of the cuts, it's about 9 inches. 9 inches, and it's going to go here. This is going to be to support your construction. One like this and one on this side. I'm just going to screw it in from here, and then one from there, and then the same thing for the bottom one. You see, now you end up with something like this. And these two triangles, that makes it very strong. You can put a lot of weight on this and it will support it. And here I just put 1 screw each, and up here on the bottom I put 2 on each side, and here I put 3 just to hold it in place. And then again, you can spray paint it black. It's gonna work. Now for the top, this is where the camera is gonna be, somewhere here. So here I'm gonna put the camera, the tripod, and then I'm gonna attach this piece on the outside up here like this. And the dimensions for this one is, this is what's going to be on the inside of the car. It's again, it's all 1 foot wide, but this one's 10 inches long, and it doesn't have to be exact, just more or less. And the same thing with the width. If you want it to be a bit more wider or narrower, it's still going to work. Again, 1 foot across and 2 feet long. Then also you're going to need a piece of 2x4 that's again 1 foot long. So we're just going to attach it on the inside of the door to strengthen it. And then a 2x2 again, that's 1 inch long. And then I just had some scrap left over of 2x2s that I cut around 4.5 inches and then 3 inches. And this we'll just use to create a little channel for the tie down strips. I attached this piece to this one, the long one. And then here I also put the 2x4 and then 2x2 to strengthen it further. And it's pretty sturdy, but just to make it a little bit stronger, I'm gonna put these now. These X's, just put these L's, put them here, just to strengthen it even more. Now as you can see, it's nicely bolted. It has these things here for support, so it's very strong. Put a lot of weight on this, it doesn't move. See? Okay, so now I also drilled a bunch of holes here, here. Looks sort of like Swiss cheese, and the reason for this is so that I can mount the camera, the tripod head up here. I can mount it here or here or here, move it around, and all I have to do is just put a screw here from the bottom and then screw it in, and I can adjust the position this way. The last step, I'm going to put these things, for example, these blocks here, just to as a guide for the straps, the tie-down straps, so they don't slide down when the car is shaking. So I'll put them like this, and hit there. The next step is really to just test out the camera mount. Before you put it on the side of your door, it's good to put a blanket like you see up here, or an old towel or something. And then you put the piece with the camera, where the camera will actually mount on top and on the inside of the camera of the car door. And then the other piece, you just put it underneath, and it's always good if you have another person helping you do this. And then you basically take those two clamps that I showed you guys at the beginning of the tutorial, and you clamp it from one side and then from the other side. And you don't want to, make it very tight. Like, you actually want there to be, quite a bit of space, so that the door mount, like, the idea is that the door mount doesn't squeeze your door, because you don't want to damage the car door. So it's there just sort of hanging, and once you put the camera, then the weight of the camera itself is going to be sort of leaning against the door. And then, just to make sure that it doesn't move around and or fall off while you're driving, you're going to use the tie-down straps. And the tie-down straps, you'll just kind of loop them around the whole, car door and the mount. And then the last step really is to just put the camera under, set your exposure, focus, your angle settings, and just hit record, and then you can start driving. Now this is how my first test looked with this camera mount, and as you can see, it works pretty well. I don't really need to do any adjustments to it. Now here you're going to see me installing the camera, the door mount, for this film that I shot recently. Again, I put the blanket, and then I just kind of slide in the door mount, make sure that it's the right angle. And then with the tie-down straps, as you can see, I kind of loop it all the way around, and then just use the ratchet there to tighten it. Now you don't want to over tighten it. You don't want to actually hear the door or the metal creaking, and that means, because once you hear that, that pretty much means that you're bending in the doors. You just want to make sure that it's the tie-down straps are tight, without actually bending the car door in. And even with just one tie-down straps, I found that the whole mount was pretty sturdy. But you might want to, just for safety, I always put two of those. And here's a little scene that I did using the door mount and the Canon 7D for my film.
I can just imagine what the newspapers are going to say now. I should be a goddamn hero, getting rid of these sick, perverted fucks.
It's okay, baby. I'll take care of her. I promise. You won't even know she's here.
Yeah. Of course.
Also, if you guys are not aware, I'm trying to raise money for a new filmmaking DVD here on Kickstarter. And this one's going to be about basically how I produce music videos and how I direct them, how I shoot them. It's going to cover everything, from the pre-production to post-production, and pretty much how you can produce music videos like I do on little to no budget, yet getting these types of results. The Kickstarter campaign is only active for another 2 days, or actually just under 2 days, like 40 something hours are left. And I really just need a few more pledges to make the campaign successful. So I would appreciate any extra support I can get, and in return I'm going to be giving away a copy of the DVD plus a copy of my older DVD, the short film school, and a few other cool little rewards here and there. Just take a look at the Kickstarter page. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you.